everybody? Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Chat GTM podcast. It's Michael Beck with Think Tank GTM reporting to you live from the Q booth here at the Restaurant Leadership Conference at the JW Marriott in Phoenix, Arizona.
Absolutely.
We are back, baby. Amir, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing great too. Yeah, the energy here is electric. In fact, doesn't it feel like the intensity on the show floor here is more?
Look at this, right? This is the Q booth, and it is packed.
It is. I'm going to pivot here so everybody see that booth. That's right. We have a packed house here today at the RLC. Q has got a lot of action and activity going around it, and I have a feeling because Amir had recently had an announcement that you guys made.
Yep.
Tell us about it. I think it has something with intelligent something. I'm just kidding.
Yes, of course. Intelligent commerce platform. That's what we announced.
Intelligent or intelligence?
Intelligent.
Intelligent commerce platform.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's the next generation built on top of what we really built our brand around, which is unified commerce. So it's taking unified commerce and adding intelligence into the entire platform, but doing it from a foundational level. So
you and I talked about it.
We talked. I was going to remind you. Yes. That's what I always come back to. What made unified commerce from Q so successful?
Yeah.
We actually first took a step back and we said, what is the number one issue that brands face?
What?
It's stability, it's resiliency. Commerce can never stop. Your restaurant is open 7/24 or, from 6 a.m. to midnight, whatever your hours are. When somebody walks in or when your order comes in from outside, it has to always work.
Right.
And to do that, you have to have a platform that does not depend on internet, does not depend on cloud, does not depend on anything. It just has to work.
Mission critical system.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not just money, it's customer satisfaction, it's guest satisfaction that's on the line. It's your brand that's on the line.
Yeah.
And so when we looked at that issue, we came up with our edge computing platform, which we now call Cube.
What's that powered by?
Cube Business Edge.
Okay, Cube Business Edge. But what's hardware? Is it NVIDIA? Is it Q stuff? Like
this
proprietary?
Was not NVIDIA. It was a traditional x86 architecture, Intel-based platform.
Okay.
Nothing proprietary on the hardware side.
Okay.
The smarts on that was in the software.
Okay.
Which essentially we were fortunate that just when we were thinking about edge computing, AWS was getting ready to launch their edge computing platform. So we were the first, and even today the only one in the restaurant industry to really take AWS and bring it from the cloud into the store.
Wow.
That's what we did with our edge platform 5 years ago. But the intelligence that we put in it made sure that all your devices in the store, whether your POS, KDS, your kiosks, your handhelds, they didn't have to think about it at all.
Right.
It just kept working just like as if they were talking to the cloud, but it would actually be talking to an in-store platform.
So we're talking redundancy.
And resiliency and speed.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So that's what we had. We had built unified commerce on that. So when we started looking at intelligence and AI 2+ years ago, we said, what is the first thing that we learned in this business? It's always got to work. You can't say, my AI is not working because my internet is not working or my cloud is not working. That doesn't work.
Care.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we actually built intelligence into the store, into our edge platform.
Okay.
That's the foundation of intelligent commerce. Everything else is built on top of that.
Wow. And so how does that impact the speed, the efficiency, the effectiveness of the business?
It takes all of the things that was already there and it allows you to actually run LLMs in the store. Think about voice ordering.
Are they contained in the store?
They're contained in the store.
Wow. Okay, that's a whole different thing.
You think about the whole drive-through scenario. How many years have brands been piloting voice AI in the drive-through?
7, 8.
Hundreds of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
How many have rolled out?
Not many.
Zero? Yes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Like fully rolled out brand-wide. Why is that? Because you don't have the luxury of doing everything in the cloud. If you try to do that, the real world restaurant doesn't work that way.
Well, latency is a thing in the cloud, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Every time. And now you want to do AI. So what has to happen? You say something in the drive-thru. It has to go to the cloud to say, tell me what the guy just said. Come back down.
Yeah.
Now it came back down. Then the voice AI guy comes to me as your POS and says, hey, what does that mean from a menu perspective? Back up again, come back down. That's if I understood you perfectly clearly. Right. Like you just drove up and said, give me a large number one.
Right.
You made 2 hubs to the cloud.
Right.
Now you make it a real world scenario.
Are there tokens involved in that transaction between the cloud and the
Yes.
So there's a cost.
There is a cost to doing that.
Okay.
How are you going to manage that cost? Why are we doing things in the store? Because it distributes your cost. You're not depending on the internet and running your tokens in your cloud.
Your compute is local.
Compute is local. But there are things where it makes sense to do it locally.
Yep.
There are things where it does not make sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Well, if I want to take data from your sales data, your labor data, your inventory data, your supply chain data, that's coming from so many different places. That's not sitting in the store.
Right.
You're better off doing that in the
Having
cloud.
a lake somewhere.
Right. Exactly. So the system in the store has to be smart enough. Right? Intelligence is not just AI. It's smart enough to know what should happen in the store, what should happen in the cloud. That's what we built our whole business on. Our edge computing platform 5 years ago with AWS was built on that knowledge that the devices should work as is.
Right.
What should happen in the store and what happens in the cloud is the job of the device to make that decision.
Amir, where's the brains behind all this coming from? Is it you? Is it your engineering team?
I hope it's not me, dude.
Well, I mean, you're leading the company, but you know, when I talk to tech companies, we have a moment in time where whatever the thing they sell, the dashboard, the widget, the POS, the function, that's a moment in time where it's relevant, it's important.
Yeah.
But what I love to do is shine a light on who's thinking where the hockey puck is going.
Yeah.
Who's thinking what's going to be important in 5 years like you did. How did your team look ahead that far in the future to know it's going to be important?
Well, part of it is having an engineering background, so I'm always thinking about not just the solution,
right,
but what is the cost of that solution? And is there enough opportunity for somebody to make money if they bring that solution to market?
Right.
So that's the business side of it. So let's talk about AI, right? Everybody's doing AI. I mean, it's not a secret.
Right.
2 years ago, we did an internal white paper. We don't share it with anyone.
Right.
We said, what is the cost per token today? And how do we think that's going to change? My conviction, right or wrong, time will tell.
You have to make bets.
Is that the cost of AI is subsidized by the trillions of dollars that are being invested by Wall Street.
Sure.
At some point, the real cost of AI will have to be paid by us as consumers, by us as businesses.
Yeah.
And if that happens and you're doing everything in the cloud, you're going to be out of luck. Because in a business like the restaurant industry where margins are razor thin,
pennies,
you cannot go chase every shiny object. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And the ability to prove value is more acute in the restaurant industry than any other vertical. Our survey, our State of Digital, we've been doing it for 7 years. Our most recent report that came out, our 7th survey, 40,000 locations represented only in the enterprise world. That's a large number. I'm sorry, 40%, 90,000 locations represented in that survey, almost 100,000 locations, right? What does that tell us? It's representative of what the industry is saying.
It's a core sample.
Yeah. And what did that survey tell us about AI? 73% of brands are doing AI and 5% are finding value. And that's when AI is subsidized.
So there's two acronyms here, AI and ROI. And they're not together.
They're not together. They're not even in the same universe.
No, not in the same building. Yeah.
So that's why leveraging that infrastructure in the store becomes really critical, but doing it in a way where you're not creating proprietary technology. It can work in the cloud, it can work in the store. Somebody else will have to orchestrate and decide that. That's what we do. So that comes from me. Now, getting it to work and getting it built, count me out.
Here's my doodle and napkin, put it together, right? Oh my gosh. So a lot of businesses are only as strong as their network of partners around them.
Yeah.
Right. And I know you have a strong partner network. Can you tell me a little about those relationships you have? I know you share a wall with one of them here.
Yeah.
Please tell me a little bit about your partner ecosystem.
So we have about 150 partners right now.
Okay.
So we made a few decisions when we launched as Q in 2018. We said we're going to do QSR only, QSR and fast casual only. So no casual dining, fine dining. And we're going to do enterprise only. 8 years later, that's still what we do. And then within that, we said our business strategy from a product perspective is going to focus on the order journey.
Okay.
Taking orders, making orders, serving orders. That's what we built technology to follow that arc. Everything else we're going to do with partners.
Right.
So the first thing we had to do once we made that decision was building a platform that is incredibly easy to integrate partners into, that they find value in that process.
Right.
And so We have partners in labor management, inventory management, gift cards,
MDM.
loyalty, marketing, you name it,
Yeah,
CRM. So 150 partners across that ecosystem. So when we started thinking about the intelligent commerce platform, we actually have two applications being shown here. One is with ConverseNav for voice AI.
Right.
One is with Bytes for chat-based ordering.
Right.
Built on that platform. Because we're not going to build everything. We can't. We shouldn't.
No. The
There's
friend
so
of all
many
is a
smart
friend of none.
people.
You got to be specialists,
Yes.
right, to really deliver it.
Yeah.
Or was it jack
That's
of
why
all
we call it
trades,
a
no master?
platform.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why it's an intelligent commerce platform, not an application.
So I have a question. I don't know if it's going to land me in hot water.
Okay.
Some of your competitors charge for API access.
Yeah.
Are you guys doing that?
Let me tell you a secret. Questions don't land you in hot water. Answers do.
Okay, here we go. Am I getting in hot water here?
Well, charging for APIs or not charging is not the question. Charging for value. That's what we always think about.
Okay.
Brands come and tell us this is the price we expect, to get for what, we're looking for. I'm like, based on what?
Right.
Well, we know we can get it for this price from somebody else. I'm like, we haven't even had the first conversation on who we are, what we bring to the table.
Right.
So if price is the only factor, which it rarely ever is,
Right.
but it happens sometimes,
Yep.
and we'll walk away. We'll say, look, until we have a meeting of the minds on what we bring to the table, we just want to be, paid fairly.
Right.
If I walked into your restaurant and let's say you're selling burgers, you're selling pizza, and I say, you know what, I'm going to pay you 10 cents for that because I can get a burger from somebody else.
Right.
How would you feel?
I go out of business if I
You
took
go out
that.
of business.
Yeah.
You'd be offended, right?
Right.
So that's how we think about it. It's like, let's first understand what it is that we are bringing to the table.
What's the
and then
value?
we'll come up with a fair price.
Makes sense.
A price that doesn't break your bank and it doesn't get me out of business.
Makes a lot
That's
of
how
sense.
we think about it.
Makes a lot of sense. So you guys have invested in the RLC show regularly.
Yeah.
Why this show? Why is this one so important to you?
We think about bookends of shows for our industry.
Yeah.
We start the year off in spring with RLC, and we end with FS Tech. And these are great shows for us.
Yeah.
Different audiences, between RLC and FS Tech.
Yep.
We love going to RFDC. There are some shows that our teams go to many more shows.
Do you do the Prosper show? Are you guys part of Prosper?
I love Prosper. We did it for the first time this year. We got invited as guests. Love David Job. He offered us, to just go as guests. I was really amazed at that.
It's a fantastic event.
It's a great event.
Yeah.
Look, there are lots of events. These are all, each one caters to a different audience.
Sure.
You have to know what it is that you are going to a show for, whether you're a technology provider or a brand.
Right.
It just varies.
Well, for every show you go to, you're not just investing money, it's opportunity costs. It's time that you're not running the business directly from the helm of the ship. It's time your salespeople are doing something other than, hopefully they're prospecting here, right?
I hope so.
But your CMO isn't doing the marketing stuff. Everybody's doing something other than what they normally do.
Yeah.
So it's usually a big bet that you're sending a team as big as this to the show because you know you're going to give you value here.
Yes.
Right.
Well, it's not just prospects and new brands, right? We spend so much time here with our existing brands, because
warm hands and warm
in
hands.
today's day, with so much happening remotely, I just love meeting folks and sitting down, having lunches, dinners. So that's part of being at the show, meeting your partners, meeting your existing customers, and then, of course, new prospects.
Yeah, and remember what they look like in the human moments, right? It's not just a go-to-meeting. It's not just a webinar or a web meeting.
Yeah.
So what's next for Q? Right, you guys are innovating, you're developing, and I can't tell you tell me your secret roadmap.
Yeah.
Right, but I saw some computer vision on your screen over there.
Yep.
What's that all about?
So we only talked about the foundation of intelligent commerce. On top of that, we're launching different applications that leverage that foundation. So one is the vision. How do you think about how many places can you think of cameras in a restaurant?
So many.
At the door where you enter.
Yep.
Security.
Over the make line.
Over the make line. At the counter.
The walk-ins where theft might occur.
Any
drive-through.
In your drive-through. In your kitchen for operational efficiency.
Right.
All of that video that is being generated, what happens to that video?
Well, usually it's unattended, but it's really a data farm.
It's a data farm, but it has to go to the cloud where it gets processed. And then whoever needs to use that, it comes back into the store.
Right.
Why?
Well, hopefully there's some kind of
because
analysis
there is
that
no
you
way
make life
to
better.
analyze that in the store.
Exactly.
So that's what our application is saying. You know what? Today's technology for doing AI, even in the store, can run LLMs to do your video processing in the store, tell you what you need to do in the store. We are automatically creating checks using what you just saw, right?
Wow.
That's the power of doing things in the store without having to go to the cloud.
So those cameras are looking at the make line and doing compute based on the things that have been portioned off that
Yes.
make line to equal the dish at checkout?
Exactly.
Fantastic.
And auto checkout.
Wow.
Automated the
Wow.
whole thing.
Wow.
Now you think about what's the most important component of your restaurant?
Your people?
After that,
Your food?
your kitchen.
Yeah.
Where does the
Yeah,
food
yeah,
get made?
yeah,
Your
yeah.
kitchen. The kitchen.
I already had the key to this. We talked about it last week, and he taught me that I'm a bad student.
Well, kitchen, no kitchen, no restaurant. Because
Right.
no kitchen, no food.
Nothing
End of
made.
story.
Yeah, no.
There's no
Yeah,
restaurant
yeah.
without a kitchen, right?
Yeah.
How many people are thinking about what your kitchen is running on and how it's operating? How do you know if your kitchen is operating efficiently? Which is your people, your machines,
Right.
your everything, right? So we launched an intelligence application for your equipment management. We launched an intelligence application for your energy management.
So you're talking about tying into IoT devices?
Yes. all of
Wow.
that.
Okay.
How many people were thinking about energy costs a year ago? All of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, I'm getting killed on energy costs
Yeah.
because of data centers, because of AI. Right?
Well,
People are
also
like,
because global price is going up for
everybody's like,
energy.
costs always come down. Why is
Yeah.
AI costing making things go up?
Yeah.
It's a new world.
Wow.
So we can help you lower your energy bills. We can automatically manage all your equipment. So we can tell you if it's on the blink before it goes on the blink.
Right.
We can tell you whether it's operating efficiently. We can tell you whether it's operating in a compliant manner. You have things that have to be cleaned at certain intervals. Your manager said it was clean. Do you really know whether it was clean?
Right.
There's no way to tell, right? So this is a way to make sure that your kitchen operates the way it's supposed to at peak efficiency. You can get that from us today with all of that AI running in the store.
So Q is changing. It's
Yeah.
evolving.
Yes.
Right? And in this evolution, it sounds like there has to be a hugely consultative component
Yeah.
and professional services to be able to deliver
Right.
against that. You're not going to go, here's my POS, because it's not just the POS now, it's your platform.
Right.
So tell me about that process. I'm a new customer. We've signed the deal, or
Yeah.
before they signed the deal, we have to figure out what we're working with.
Yeah.
How's that work?
So we have partners that really specialize in providing the right level of professional services, the right type. Because
Right.
there's so many different things. All our installations happen with partners. We never send people in the store to do physical installations.
Well, Jen Kern was just telling me you guys broke a record of your deployment with Jack in the Box, 2,200 stores?
In 15 months, yeah.
And that was with partners.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of that, right? So that brings efficiency for our brand partners because they have the ecosystem to do that nationwide. We don't need to create that and then charge them an arm and a leg because we're not as efficient.
Right.
Let people do it because they're
Do what
the
they
best
do
at it.
best. Yeah.
We have partners like Point B, for example. They're great at looking at things strategically. Like you have Deloitte or Accenture or BCG or Bain
Sure.
that do it in other industries.
Sure.
Point B does that in those industries, but
They're
do a great job
hospitality.
in hospitality.
Yeah.
So when we have brands that are looking for that kind of expertise, we'll bring in somebody like Point B.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the kind of professional services that somebody's looking for, including what we offer. So, for example, some of our brands use us for their day-to-day menu management.
Okay.
Right? We know our platform and our architecture better than anybody else. We could manage your menus and your infrastructure a lot more efficiently than you could do it.
And I can already
So some of
imagine
our
it's
brands-
centralized menu management. One change here deploys to the rest of the chains
Right.
accordingly.
Right.
Okay.
So that's a service we offer. So it just depends on who is the right partner, whether it's us or one of our technology implementation partners or our strategy partners. That's our ecosystem that we bring to our brands.
This is fantastic. Every time I talk to him, I learn something. And hopefully I remember it. But yeah, absolutely. Amir, this
Call
is
me.
dude, we're going to be
remind
talking
you.
a lot. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. My last question, where can people see Q next? If they didn't come to RLC show, where are you going to be next?
I think the next one for us is going to be Food on Demand,
Food on Demand?
then Prosper, then FS Tech.
No NRA?
NRA we go
We
to,
walk
but we
the
don't
show?
have a booth. We walk
Right,
the show. Yeah.
okay.
Because it's such a massive
It's
show.
a big show,
So
yeah,
many
yeah,
different
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So we prefer to just go with our
Focus your
partners there.
dollars. Yeah, love it. Well, Amir, thank you so much. This has been great. And really, it's been fantastic working with them over the last week. I've had a lot of fun. Your team is amazing to work with too.
Appreciate
and if
it.
anybody wants to talk to a company that's going to treat them right, come talk to Q. They have the goods. I know the team personally. I can vouch for people. What do they say? People remember what you said. They remember how they made you feel.
Yeah.
Q made me feel really good about things, and I think they make you feel good. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more from the RLC show. This is Michael Beck and Amir Hudda signing off from the Q booth. We'll see you later, and may you have a prosperous day.
Awesome. Thank you.